brain and provides a brief insight into my everyday life as a science journalist and YouTuber. Above all, however, I want you to listen to this book, look deep into the eyes of chemistry, and succumb to its irresistible charm. And if I'm right to believe that humans are curious creatures, then listening to this book will show you not only that chemistry really is everything, but maybe even how beautiful this science can be. 1. Obsessed with chemistry. Bring, bring, bring! I almost fall out of my bed in fright. My heart is racing. Furious, I want to scream, Matthias! But my linguistic faculties don't quite seem to be working yet. My body's in a strange sort of limbo, halfway between dozing and hand-to-hand combat. I throw myself at Matthias/his cell phone and flail around until I manage to turn off his awful alarm. It's 6 a.m, damn it! Matthias has a terrible habit of getting up in the middle of the night to go running, at least twice a week. Well, I consider 6 a.m. to be the middle of the night. Unfortunately, this always means that I need to wake up slightly before him, so that my day doesn't start with an influx of stress hormones. I prefer to be woken by a barely audible tinkling, as if by a fairy. Otherwise, I start my day with palpitations. But Matthias needs at least 100 decibels and this awful bring, bring, bring to wake up at all. So, I usually set my alarm for 1 minute before his to mentally prepare myself for the stress. Last night, when I set my alarm, however, I didn't know he was planning to exercise so early this morning. I opened the drapes to reduce Matthias's melatonin level. Matthias, I eventually managed to say. He mumbles, still half asleep. Unbelievable. The molecule melatonin is also popularly known as the sleep hormone. It's produced in the pineal gland, a small gland in the middle of the brain. There's a very good reason for its nickname. Melatonin plays an important role in our circadian rhythm, from the Latin circa dies, around the day, our internal sleep-wake cycle. The higher our melatonin level, the more tired we feel. Conveniently, light helps to reduce melatonin concentration, and it finally seems to be having an effect on Matthias. I feel compelled to see the world in molecules, but it's a nice feeling. Basically, I'm obsessed with chemistry. It makes me sad to think about all the non-chemists going about their lives, not thinking about molecules at all. They don't even know what they're missing. Ultimately, anything that interests you as an individual can somehow be explained through chemistry. And you, dear listener, are in fact nothing more than a mound of molecules, learning about molecules. And chemists are mounds of molecules thinking about molecules. It's almost spiritual. So what does my morning look like in molecules? How well we wake up in the morning is largely determined by 2 molecules. We need less of one, melatonin, and more of the other, the stress hormone cortisol, which is automatically released in the morning. Stress hormone might not sound great, but a moderate amount of cortisol helps us to get going. Normally, this wonderful service provided by our body doesn't even need an alarm clock. The bring, bring, bring may have been a bit too much, and has triggered an actual fight or flight response in my body, an ingenious emergency system, tried and tested since primeval times to save us from mortal danger. Like pain, stress is generally a welcome bodily response. Pain tells us that something isn't right, and stress helps to save our lives. Imagine that you're walking around in the Stone Age, and a saber-toothed tiger crosses your path. Saber-toothed cat would be more accurate, but tiger is more dramatic, so let's stick with that. If your body didn't immediately release a flood of stress hormones, you'd stand there looking stupid rather than reacting quickly, grabbing your spear, fight, or climbing the nearest tree, flight. We must assume that the saber-toothed tiger also experiences a fight or flight response. It has never been established whether humans really were a meal of choice for saber-toothed tigers. After all, humans were predators too, and an encounter like this one may have been a meeting of 2 hunters who respected one another. In any case, the fight or flight response is older than the human race, an alarm system installed in many creatures. And how does this alarm system work? Through molecules, of course. The molecules